HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Everyone, and welcome to this edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy. On today's edition of HCAM News, we'll talk with Water and Sewer Manager Eric Carty about some historical pipes discovered in town. We'll tell you about some great upcoming events that are happening in your town, and the school committee discusses masks. Plus, we will talk with new Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Football Head Coach Mark Sanborn. But first, Hopkinton Fire Department said their final goodbyes to retiring Fire Chief Stephen Slaman. After 32 years with the Hopkinton Fire Department, Fire Chief Stephen Slaman is retiring. Many from the community gathered to say goodbye to Chief Slaman on a hot Tuesday afternoon at the fire department. Chief Slaman enjoyed seeing many from the community, including co-workers from throughout his career.
Yeah, I got some mixed feelings today. I got to see a lot of people that I've experienced a lot with over the years, but it's just part of the journey. And I met some good people, and saying hello to a lot of good people right now as they come in. So, yeah, things are well.
And a big turnout here today. A lot of people came to say goodbye. That must make you feel warm inside.
It does. I have to be careful because I get a little emotional, you know. So appreciate the way that people have given me thanks, and it's been an honor to serve the town of Hopkinton. I love my firefighters. I love the community, and what a lucky guy I am. So thank everybody.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for all you've done for the town. You've certainly done a lot. And any plans for retirement life?
No super plans. I get a hip fixed real quick, and then I'm just going to relax for a little while and make sure the place is doing okay, check in with everybody a little bit, and then just kind of see what goes from there.
All right. Well, thanks for everything you've done for the community, and best of luck in your retirement life.
Appreciate it, Tom. Thanks.
Deputy Chief and now Hopkinton Fire Chief William Miller will certainly always remember the great impact Chief Slaman had on his career.
All right, Chief Miller, congratulations to you, but obviously an emotional day with Chief Slaman leaving. Can you talk about the impact that Chief Slaman has had on you throughout your career?
Where do I start, Tom? Chief Slaman has been a great role model. He's been a person who is willing to teach. He's willing to push us to the new levels. He always pushed me outside of my comfort zone, which made me a better person and a better leader. And it is a bittersweet day. He's definitely going to be missed.
Absolutely. And what was it like working with him? Do you feel like you're ready to take over the reins as chief?
Yes, some big shoes to fill. I may not be able to fill them to 100% the way he had them, but it's definitely going to be some big shoes to fill.
All right, well, congratulations, and we'll all certainly miss Chief Slaman.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tom.
After the celebration, the Hopkinton Fire Department lined it up along Main Street for one final ride-off for Chief Slaman.
Hopkinton Fire Alarm, WPCA 361 to all radio units. Hopkinton Fire Alarm on the air announcing the retirement of Chief Steve Slaman after 32 years of dedicated service as a member of the Hopkinton Fire Department. Chief, speaking on behalf of the community, all of your co-workers and colleagues, we appreciate and thank you for your service and wish you a long, happy, healthy retirement. Hopkinton Fire Alarm, WPCA 361, clear at 15:56 hours.
Thanks, Fire Alarm.
Very welcome, sir.
We wish Chief Slaman the very best. He will certainly be missed, and we thank him for all he has done for our community. Some historical pipes were recently discovered in town. Here is Water and Sewer Manager Eric Carty to tell you more.
The Hopkinton DPW will be receiving a plaque from the Ductile Iron Pipe Research Association and has become a member of the Cast Iron Pipe Century Club for having a cast iron main that has been in service for 100 years or more. The pipe is discovered to be from 1883 and still continues to provide service to Hopkinton. There are also numerous other pipes around town that age back to the 1800s and early 1900s. The town's water and sewer manager, Eric Carty, told us more about it.
Yeah, so we were just inducted into DIPRA, which is Ductile Iron Pipe Association. I think they are in all of North America, and they recognize any water system that has over 100-year-old pipe. And we still have a little bit left. We did the replacement on Main Street about 6 or 7 years ago. That was from 1884. And we still have some pipe that's in service today up on Pleasant Street that's also 1884. And I think the piece you took some pictures of earlier, Tom, is a piece that actually has the date of 1883 stamped right on it. And that came from up at the high school where our existing tanks are now. It used to be the town's original tank. I don't know the time. It had been when the water system was first started around the 1800s there. And they took this piece of pipe out when they were building the new booster station up there, and we cut the piece off that has the 1883 stamped right on it so we could keep it down here and put it in our display case down here. So, and some of the best pipe that we've had, the 1884 on Pleasant Street, we haven't had any problems with that since I've been here for 37 years, so they really made some good quality pipe back then.
That's pretty cool. And you mentioned there's a number of old pipes around town.
Yeah, this is probably some of the oldest. I mean, we range anywhere from the 20s and 30s. You know, pretty much every decade there's been pipe put in, 50s, 60s, or 70s. So with most pipe we have the issues with is kind of from the 50s and 60s. Seem to have a lot of breaks in those pipes. You know, the newer stuff is all hard ductile iron, so there's really not that big a problem with those.
All right, well, I guess it gives a whole new meaning to they don't make them like they used to.
Exactly.
All right, well, thanks for telling us about this, a little bit of Hopkinton history here.
All right, thanks for coming down.
We're going to take a quick time out. A whole lot more HCAM news ahead. Don't go anywhere.
HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance.
Welcome back to HCAM News. The school committee recently discussed mask use in schools. Here's a look.
At this past week's school committee meeting, parents made the case on why or why not masks should be mandated.
In due diligence, we reviewed the list and specifically reviewed the non-Hopkinton listed names, 92 in total, in an attempt to verify addresses and correct any addresses requiring corrections or updates. Using public property and address websites and our personal contacts and communications, we were able to verify that 58 of the 92 signatures had Hopkinton addresses. In total, by our count, we can present 491 signatures from individuals with Hopkinton addresses. Since we printed out our list yesterday afternoon, we have continued to collect additional signatures. As of this evening, an additional 27 people have signed our petition since yesterday afternoon.
For 18 months, our children's lives have been interrupted, while so many things have been taken from them or significantly altered, all while they're most vulnerable from losing social and educational experiences, not from a virus. They face massively greater risk of dying from the seasonal flu than from COVID, and we've never once thought to mask them then. We can look at how European countries withstood the Delta wave even after opening their societies, all while dropping mandatory interventions, including masks. Viruses mutate to survive, that's what they do, but they become less harmful and more treatable, just like influenza. There is no legitimate scientific study that supports the idea that kids should be wearing masks while in school. No admissible data shows that COVID spread is restricted by masks. Monday's Wall Street Journal refers to a North Carolina study that found not a single case of student-to-teacher transmission when 90,000 students were in school maskless. A child's mask is a symbolic security blanket to adults, not for children. How much are we going to alter our lives and behavior to accommodate a singular phobia? It's madness. I've shared with the committee ahead of time a study managed by Brown University from last fall and spring. The study featured schools that mandated masks and schools that gave parents and children a choice, like we advocate for, depending on their own risk assessments. There was no significant dichotomy in cases. In fact, the schools that allowed for mask choice showed less prevalence. Why were these outcomes not reported by mainstream media? Because if it bleeds, it leads, because fear gets ratings. I think we know that by now.
I am a research scientist at a local research-based biopharmaceutical company. I am here to show my support for making masking mandatory in schools in Hopkinton. Although I am not a parent, I am an aunt and a taxpayer and a member of this community, which I have come to love. And I have also been a part of the recent international COVID-19 research efforts. Due to my position, I was on a team that helped study the virus and understand its mechanism of action in the beginning of the pandemic. I know that masking up has become a political debate, but as a scientist, this is incredibly troubling. Peer-reviewed studies have shown that masking can reduce the risk of transmission of the virus by more than 70%. These studies are cited on the CDC website and NIH. I can send them to you if you'd like. And despite what the opponents of this mandate are claiming, there are no reputable scientific studies that show that wearing a mask can negatively affect the health of children. In a recent review by the NIH, they reviewed 2 studies done in 2019 and 2020, done on children wearing face masks, the only 2 studies available due to the recent nature of this pandemic. Neither study was directly related to COVID-19, and although they were very small studies, both concluded that wearing a mask did not affect gas exchange during rest or mild exercise.
It's all subterfuge, right? It's say one thing, do another thing. I think we've seen enough in the news. The people that are telling us to do things are the people that are not following those rules. So to subject our kids, I think it's complete nonsense. I used to think teachers were heroes, just like nurses. I work in a hospital setting. I've been completely let down by the teachers, and not only in this town, in all towns. You know, I thought you were there for the kids. When the times get tough, you showed us your true colors, and everyone's hiding in the house. So I don't know if it's teachers' unions, but I would encourage all teachers that feel strongly about anti-masking, step forward. Don't be beholden to the union. You can step out and say and speak your mind.
Street, and I have 3 children in the schools, entering high school, entering middle school, and entering Hopkins. So my concern about the masks is simply children are learning social cues and social expressions, and with the masks, I think it's incredibly difficult for them to understand emotions and taking social cues. And I also think that, coupled with the mental health situation that we've seen happen the past 18 months, I think is also an issue that we're going to be creating children that are not socially aware and maybe not self-aware. So that's my take on the masks.
We are trying our best to make the best decision we can for all students across the district. It's obvious from not just what we've heard here tonight, but what we've seen on social media and what we've seen in the email is that no matter what we decide, a good chunk of the town is probably going to be angry. So it's not specific to either or, it's whatever we do, there's going to be a large group of people, I think, who are unhappy.
A vote is expected on masks at the school committee meeting on August 19th. You can view the full August 12th meeting on our YouTube page.
The Hopkinton Center for the Arts Enter Stage Left Theater program recently brought you a great production called Firebringer. Here's a look.
Left to find, and I hope to bring it there, because you know how much I care. So we'll join each other hand in hand, try to help ourselves to understand this world is what we make of it together. This is the dawn of our time. We are mankind with the gift of a greater mind. This is the dawn of our time. We are womankind with the gift of a stronger mind. Bring me, put me at ease, and help me see it's not the outside things that make them good, that make them bad, that make them anything. All you need is just a taste to start something good, just a taste to know if I should, just a taste is all I need, all that's good starts with just a taste. Ain't it crazy to finally feel I'm where I am supposed to be? Is it crazy? Something I thought I'd never find just came to me. Are we crazy? We don't even feel like doing that either. Thanks to all this change, now our path is being paved. My people have been saved, now we do nothing all day. There's been a change
That makes him family.
Alright, we struggle before we can do it again.
No, you can't.
Yes, we can. We are the best.
No, you're not.
You know, just shut up, Zazzalil. We hate you. We love Grant.
He's my family.
So, what are we gonna do, Emily? Last time we defeated Star was because we had fire, so like, what? Yeah. But what if we don't need fire? We just need something that looks like fire. I've got an idea.
Whoa! Emily, are you really going to the bathroom at a time like this?
Wait, I want to see where she's going with this. There.
Whoa, it's fire!
Fire.
All hail Emily, the firecrapper! What is that? Creative pleasing worship? Firecrapper.
As the season gets ready to start, we recently caught up with Hillers Varsity Football Coach Mark Sanborn about the upcoming season. Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by the new Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Football head coach, Mark Sanborn. Mark, how are you?
Doing well, Tom. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
I'm doing well. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's a very exciting time. Very grateful for the opportunity, and I can't wait to get going. It's right around the corner.
Now, for those that don't know, you have a lot of experience with Hillers sports as far as coaching. Can you talk about your experience coaching and also what led up to this point of you becoming the new varsity football head coach?
Yeah, absolutely. So I teach here at the high school, and coaching is what ultimately got me hooked into teaching. I volunteered with a football program for 2 years, and I fell in love with it instantly. I loved working with the kids, and I decided I was kind of at a point in my life where I wasn't sure what career path I wanted to do, and I loved coaching. And I was like, why not teach as well? So I was lucky enough to get an opportunity here to both coach football, and now I teach here. Two of the best decisions I've made in my life. In addition to football, I also coach JV baseball as well as middle school basketball. And I kind of have a wide experience as it pertains to football. I've been a volunteer assistant. I've been the head freshman coach. I've been the head JV coach. I've ran special teams before. So a lot of different experiences in a lot of different sports. I've had a lot of great mentors and resources along the way, and felt like the right time to kind of jump into this opportunity. And like I said, I'm very excited to get going.
Absolutely. I think you're going to be great, especially considering all that experience that you already have under your belt. So what are some of your goals for the Hillers football team while you're the head coach? Is there anything that you'd like to accomplish?
Yeah, so I'm just thinking over the past week since I've received the job. The big thing right now is just focusing day to day. Meeting with the players tomorrow for the first time. Very excited for that opportunity. We're going to start our weightlifting schedule next week. So just taking it one day at a time, focusing on the small things, taking care of those little details, not worrying about who we're playing week one or who we're playing week two, just worrying about having a great meeting tomorrow, getting the kids in the weight room starting next week, just the opportunity to be together as a team. And then from there, just build a strong culture and set expectations and hold the players accountable, hold the coaches accountable, and just make sure that they, as well as the coaches, are doing everything to represent the program in the right way on and off the field, and using the game of football as a way to teach lifelong skills. And I firmly believe that. I think football is a great teacher of life, and our goal is to instill those attributes and those characteristics and those values in our players. And like I said, just play hard and play with great attitude and just respect your opponents, respect everybody you interact with. But like I said, just focusing on day to day and just setting that foundation is kind of the short-term goals.
Well, I've always been a firm believer that a lot of life lessons can be learned from playing sports while you're in school.
Absolutely.
I have to ask, so this past spring we had football.
Yep.
And because of the pandemic, the season was moved to April. What was it like coaching during that time frame? You were one of the assistant coaches, of course. But what was it like coaching during that time frame? It's time to take a look at some upcoming happenings in town you should know about. Some road work is going on August 28th through August 31st. On Saturday, August 28th, from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., School Street, West Main Street to the Upton Town Line. Detours will be in place. And also West Main Street to West Elm Street. Detours in place for that as well. And West Main Street to Oakhurst Road to School Street. On Monday, August 30th, from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m., Edge Hill Road. A detour using Stony Brook Road will be in place. And Stony Brook Road to Saddle Hill Road to Wedgwood Drive. Detour using Edge Hill Road. On Tuesday, August 31st, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Legacy Farms Road south to Cedar Street to Wilson Street and Cunningham Street. Detour using Fruit Street to Wood Street. These dates subject to change if the weather does not cooperate. The next Hopkinton Veterans Breakfast is scheduled for Friday, the 3rd of September at 9 a.m. in the Hopkinton Senior Center. Most COVID-19 related restrictions have eased. However, if you are not vaccinated, you are encouraged to wear masks. The town of Hopkinton presents the COVID-19 Emergency Housing Relief Program. The support is for those who, due to loss of income or other assistance caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, are in need of help to pay rent or mortgage. All approved payments would be made directly to landlords and mortgage holders. The deadline for applying is September 1st, 2021. For more information, head over to the town website, hopkintonma.gov. Upcoming events at the Hopkinton Center for the Arts include on August 30th, Kids Fall Theater Audition. The fall program's starting up at the HCA. For more information about all their programs, head over to hopartcenter.org. Our picture of the week. The Hopkinton Fire Department was joined by community members to say goodbye to retiring Fire Chief Stephen Slaman. Here he is with his beautiful cake. 32 years of service. Chief Slaman, thank you for all you have done for the community. Upcoming town government meetings include on Monday, August 30th at 7 p.m., the Zoning Advisory Committee live on HCAM TV. On Thursday, September 2nd at 7 p.m., we'll have the School Committee live on our HCAM Ed channel. And don't forget, you can view all of our programming at youtube.com/HCAMTV. For all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, next Thursday at 6:30 p.m., we will be back. From everyone here at HCAM, as always, we thank you for watching. Take care, be well, and we'll talk to you again soon.